Thank you very much. You may take your comfortable seats. Man, how good is God? So good. It definitely goes without saying. It's such an honour to be able to come over and worship you guys, and I don't take it lightly that you asked me and Lauren to come. And Lauren, do you want to stand up? This is my beautiful wife. Stand up, babe. She's a bit shy. Turn around. We have been married for 4 months and 14 days, and it has been the best 4 months and 14 days of my life. If you're not married, you've got to get married. It's amazing. Actually, me and Lauren had been dating for about a week and a half, and we came to actually the first ever awakening. And we'd just been dating, and then we got married. So maybe you should invite someone very good looking to awakening, and you'll probably get married. It's a free plug just for you, brother. Okay, let me get my notes. So plug. Okay, yeah. So, I love that tonight's all about worship, and how good is worshiping God? Do you just love it? God is so good, and like Josh was saying, my job is pretty crazy. It's like a dream job for me anyway. My heart has always been to worship God and to live a life, serving Him in His church. Man, the church is the place to be. The church is as we gather as a community, is I believe how we're really going to change the world. So it's such power in the church of Jesus Christ. I totally believe in it, and I get to actually work for the church, which is pretty crazy. I get paid to worship God one way in looking at it. Not really. I'd do it without the money. And so I've actually got to travel quite a bit, especially over the last couple of years with Hillsong United. Hillsong is just a church about 45 minutes down the road in the sticks, the concrete sticks anyway. And, where they're loving Jesus just like you guys are. And we've had the opportunity to really kind of take the songs that God's planted in our hearts and really being able to travel with them and see, God do amazing things. And it's the most encouraging thing being able to go to the other side of the world and there being young people of all ages, really just so passionate about God. It's so encouraging, and it's so crazy being able to travel and do that. And we've had some of the most amazing nights of worship, and a few not maybe so amazing nights. But and one of those nights was when everything was going absolutely amazing. We were in the United States of America in a place called Virginia Beach, and man, it was just one of those nights where God was moving, and it was just so amazing. God was just doing His thing. Everyone was like loving it. And then it was the last song, and we kind of at the last song it's like the biggest shindig you've ever seen. Everyone celebrates. We dance, we break free, we do everything. And I get a little bit excited sometimes. Maybe you can tell. I don't know why. I don't mean to. I don't jump for the sake of it. I just get really pumped because God's awesome. Yes, someone else does as well. Maybe 10. That's good. And anyway, so I was getting really pumped up on God, which is a good thing. And so I kind of, the song kind of crescendos, really builds up and then, breaks out. And as it was building up, I ran up onto the drum kit. And unlike this drum kit, it was on a riser that was probably up to about there on me. So it was not like super tall, but it was a little bit off the ground. And it was getting to the big bit. And I was just getting real pumped. And then I thought, all right, I know it's about to come to the big bang thing, so I'm going to jump. And then our youth pastor at the time, Phil Dooley, comes, he's standing about a metre in front of me, and he's like, jump me. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to jump him because I could probably make it because I'm a good jumper. But I just thought, he's my youth pastor, and if anything goes wrong, it's just I couldn't live with myself. So I thought, no, what I'm going to do is he's going to jump me, but I'm like, nah. So I know I'm going to just jump straight up and land in front. And because he was like about this far away, so I thought, that's going to be fine. So it gets to the bit, and so my feet are at this height. And so then I thought, all right, I can't jump out, so I'm just going to jump super high. So I jump straight up as it comes. And so he's down like this, and he moves right under the drums to help me clear him, but I wasn't trying to clear him. So I've jumped from this height and I can jump high. You should see my calf muscles, they're amazing. And I jumped, and then so Phil's got his back to me expecting me to go, whew, but instead I come straight down and I land on his neck, right? With my backside. My feet didn't touch the ground or anything, and I'm not the skinniest person in the world. Not fat, but I'm definitely not skinny. And so all I know is I've crushed him, and it hurt me a little bit. So I thought, flipping heck, I knew I landed on his neck, but it was still, the song was going on. I had to finish the song, so I'm leading the song thinking, oh God, you're awesome. I've just killed my youth pastor. I thought I'd killed him, and I thought best case scenario he'd be in a really bad way. And So anyway, so then I turn around after the song's finished and he's gone, and I'm going, oh God, I thought, that's it, it's over, I'm never going to travel again, I'm never going to sing. It's just, got pretty freaked out. And then I go backstage and figured out what happened. Only the Lord knows how. But I landed literally on the back of his neck, and his leg broke in 2 places because he was crouched down. And so when we do worship, so that's why that was one of the not so great nights. That's why there hasn't been many of those. We have like one rule about worship, and that's you're not allowed to hurt anyone. And I broke like the golden rule, but God forgave me, and I'm here today. Thanks, guys. All right, so let's kind of get on with the show. Can I read you one of my favouriteest verses ever on worship? It's probably like, I reckon it's a bit of a one that everyone knows and loves. Okay, it's in Romans 12:1. What time did I start? Anyway, in Romans 12:1 it says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." And I love that verse. It's pretty straightforward. It's saying, offer your bodies, everything that you are, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. And I'm going to read it in the Message translation. It says, so here's what I want you to do. Listen, God makes it so simple. He says, take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. And that's what I believe what worship is. And as much as like it's kind of maybe a cliche saying, but I really believe that worship is just a lifestyle. It's a life we live. I think maybe in the church, maybe not in this church, but in our church, often we can think worship is the 20 minutes where we sing and we jump around and then the music gets slow and we cry out. And that is amazing, but that is just a small part of what worship is. I really believe that the worship is got to be our everyday, ordinary life. So when I'm talking about worship tonight, I'm talking about worship, not worship. Cool? And so in verse 2, in the Message, it continues and it says, embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for him. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit in without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You will be changed from the inside out. It's pretty awesome, hey? And that's what I really want to focus on tonight in the short few minutes that we have is like, I'll read it again. It says, don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. And if the Bible doesn't warn us about things that don't happen, so I guess we can so easily get adjusted to our culture without even thinking. It says, instead, fix your attention on God and you will be changed from the inside out. And, I think about our culture today. Man, I love our generation. I love being alive in 2008. But I kind of wonder what we'll be remembered for. And I hope it's Jesus, but I also reckon it'll be MySpace, YouTube, iTunes, iPhone, iPod. We're pretty like what do you call it? A self-centered, ready for this word? Consumeristic generation. Does anyone agree? A little bit. None of us are, though. We're all about Jesus. I know. I'm preaching to the choir. But I do reckon that's kind of the general culture, It's all about me. It's what can I get, for myself. And I reckon this is such a great encouraging warning for us and a challenge that God continually challenges me about. And I kind of want to throw it out there to you guys that we've got to be so careful that we don't become so adjusted and accustomed to our culture. And it can so easily happen, but the Bible so clearly says somewhere, it says, fix your attention on God and you'll be changed from the inside out.